Someone you love is going to die. You already know this. And when it happens, you will do something strange. You will gather people. You will prepare a body. You will say words over it, place objects near it, and carry it somewhere specific. You will grieve in a way that follows rules you never wrote. The question is not why you do this. The question is how long humans have been doing it. The answer is far stranger than you think. The oldest known burial site on Earth is not in Egypt. It is in a cave in South Africa called Rising Star, and it is at least 250,000 years old. The creature buried there was not even fully modern. It was Homo naledi, a species with a brain roughly 1/3 the size of yours. And yet, bodies had been deliberately carried deep inside the cave, into chambers nearly impossible to reach. Not dragged by predators, not fallen, carried. On purpose, in the dark. Lee Berger, the paleoanthropologist who led the excavations, called it one of the most significant discoveries in the history of human origins. Because if Homo naledi was doing this hundreds of thousands of years before modern humans, then the impulse to honor the dead is not a product of religion or big brains. It is older than language, older than art, possibly older than your species itself. The Neanderthals were doing it too. At Shanidar Cave in Iraq, a 2021 study published in Nature confirmed that a Neanderthal individual had been deliberately placed in a specific resting position, head resting as if on a pillow of earth. That is not accident. That is intention. And intention is everything. Because when you place a body deliberately, you are saying this person mattered beyond their usefulness. You are performing the earliest known act of meaning-making in human history. Your brain is wired for exactly this. The psychologist Jeff Greenberg and his colleagues developed terror management theory, the idea that human culture, at its deepest root, is a defense against the awareness of death. Every funeral, every eulogy, every gravestone is your nervous system saying, this did not mean nothing. Neuroimaging research by Mary Frances O'Connor at the University of Arizona found that after someone close to you dies, the reward and expectation centers of your brain stay active when you think of them. Your brain keeps looking for them. Grief, at the neurological level, is your brain running a search for someone it cannot find. The rituals your ancestors developed were a direct response to this, a way of telling the nervous system, the search is over. Every culture on Earth independently developed ceremonies around death. Sky burials in Tibet, cremation pyres in India, jazz funerals in New Orleans, ancestor shrines in Japan. The forms differ wildly, but the structure is identical. You gather, you mark the moment, you say the name. That universality is not coincidence. It is one of the strongest signals in anthropology that this behavior is not learned. It is built in. The moment a species begins to bury its dead with intention, something has shifted in its mind. It can now imagine a perspective beyond its own. It can now believe the story does not end when the body stops. That is the foundation of everything that follows: religion, philosophy, art, last words, the impulse to say one final thing to someone who can no longer hear you. All of it grows from that first deliberate grave. And today, when you sit in a room with other people and hear someone say the name of the person who died, your nervous system quiets. It responds to the ritual the way it was shaped to respond, across hundreds of thousands of years. You are not just honoring the dead. You are performing the oldest act in human history. Tonight, somewhere in the world, someone is preparing a body. They are doing it because their brain demands it, because meaning demands it, because every human who has ever lived understood, without being taught, that the end of a life requires a response. That understanding is the oldest thing about you. It is what makes us human.